Alright folks, here we go. Our first attempt at refilling our SodaStream CO2 bottle. Uh, First thing we're going to have to do is make sure that it's empty. I know this one is because I've already done it, but you're going to need a wrench. We're just going to loosen this valve up and make sure, you probably hear some air coming out. I've already had this one open, so it's all gone. But wait till all the air's out of it, and then you're going to take this top off, which these are really tight when they do it, so you might have to bang it on something to get it to come loose, but this one's already been loosened. So, and then we're just going to take this whole valve out. When it comes out, make sure the O-ring comes out and it's in good shape. That one's good because this is the first time I've ever done this. One thing you're going to want to notice though, because you're going to need a few things to do this, because you have to pay attention to the size of your bottle. Okay, this one's a 14.5 ounce right there. That's the amount of dry ice we're going to be putting into this bottle. So you're going to need a scale. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your empty bottle on that scale and zero it out, so we'll know exactly how much dry ice we're putting in there. And then once you've got your bottle prepped, you can set it off to the side here. And we're not going to need the wrench anymore. Well, first, before we do that, you're going to need a funnel, obviously. And this funnel works out pretty good because it about fits in there perfectly. And if you turn it a little bit, it almost starts to thread on there. And then your funnel's not going to come off, and you don't have to worry about it flopping around or anything. So now that's ready, so we'll set that off to the side here. And first thing we're going to do, obviously you're going to need a hammer or something heavy, because we're going to have to crush the dry ice. This is a pound of dry ice that I bought for $1.50, so it makes this really cheap. And obviously it's going to be a little bit more than what we need, but we can just crush this up because we want it as small as possible. The smaller the better is what they say, so we'll just see how we're doing here. Oh, not too bad. Let me get some more. But see, I like to wrap it in a towel, that way it keeps it in there, because it's going to break your bag. Some people just put it in the towel itself, but I'll leave it in the bag because I think it might be easier to pour into the funnel that way, and plus we're not going to be losing as much of it. We still got a couple more pieces there. One thing very important, don't ever touch the dry ice with your bare hands. A lot of people say to use gloves, but as long as you keep it wrapped in the towel, you should be alright. Looks like we're pretty good there. As you can see, it's turning into quite the little powder there, and that's what we want. Alright, so we're going to put our bottle back on our scale here and make sure it's zeroed out. Alright, it's on 0, so we're going to take that off. And you might not be able to see this, so we'll tip the camera up a little bit there. And we're going to start putting some dry ice into the container here. We're going to get this little bit out of the towel. Start putting it in there. And like I said, this is a little over a pound, but you're going to have some extra. But that's okay. And pour it in pretty slow because it's gonna probably clog up just like it just did. But that's okay. You just gotta grab something to poke it down in there with. And make sure it's all going down in there. It's a bit of a messy process, but as long as you're fairly careful with it, it should be alright. And just keep chunking it down in there. Yeah, that's why the smaller you get it, the better, because then it'll fit down your funnel and get in the top of that bottle better. And see, I've got a couple of big pieces in there that are not wanting to fit through the funnel. Alright, there we go. Just keep working it in there. That's all you can do. And you can see that the bottle will start to freeze up, and along with the funnel there. That's probably why you should be wearing gloves, you know, so you don't get your fingers stuck to the bottle. Our scale reset here again. So. Well, I guess I'm probably going to have to take it back out because my scale reset and I didn't look to see what it was before I Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll find a bowl. Whipped cream tub or butter bowl or anything should work. And we're not going to be able to get that back out, I don't think. Nope. Okay, so yeah, if your scale's going to reset, make sure you know how much your bottle weighs. So we'll remember that for next time. We'll just go ahead and put the rest of this in there. And yeah, we won't put all of this in just because I know it was a little over a pound. So word of the wise, make sure you know how much your bottle weighs before you start putting the dry ice in it. Because for some reason my scale wants to reset back to zero and not keep the zeroed out weight in there. So this isn't going to be a real accurate test, but we'll get an idea, and hopefully we'll get some more liters out of this bottle, because these bottles say they're 60 liters. Yeah, right here, 60 liters. But this was the first bottle that came with my soda stream, and I only got 23 liters out of it. So hopefully we'll get a little more than 23 liters out of doing this. Let's see how much that weighs now. Let it reset, because for some reason it wants to keep going out. Alright, so it looks like we've put about a pound in there, roughly. So we're going to take our funnel out here. Alright, and when you go to put this back in, make sure that O-ring is all the way up against there. Make sure this is loose. Because when you start to thread this back in, you'll hear that it's already releasing gas. So we want to get this on here. Just get it finger tight, and then finger tighten the relief valve there. And then we're going to, and these don't need to be as tight as they had it before, obviously. So we're just going to tighten it up a bit, and then we're going to tighten this one up a bit, which it doesn't seem to be sealing for some reason. Wonder why that's not sealing. This might have all been for naught. Oh yeah, because we're missing a piece out of that. Yeah, so if you take this piece clear out, make sure you don't lose the piece out of that. I'm going to have to go see if I can go find that piece and put that back in there before all my gas leaks. Okay, I managed to find a replacement valve because I couldn't find that piece that went back in that tank. But I managed to take one out of one of my paintball tanks and put it in there. So yeah, be careful when you do that. Don't take this little relief valve all the way out, or you'll have the chance of losing that, like I did. Beginner luck, I guess. But once you get that all back in, get this tightened back up. Make sure that this top piece is snug. You don't want to over tighten it. But you'll see that the tank is freezing up quite well there, and you can hear the ice moving around in there. So now we just got to leave it set and let all that melt and return to room temperature, and hopefully we didn't just make a pipe bomb out of this and it's going to blow up. So we will let that thaw out and go from there, and hopefully this works out. And we'll see how many liters we can get out of refilling this canister for $1.50 worth of dry ice in a little bit of time. So I'll do an update video, or I might wait and just add it to the end of this video. We'll see, and we'll let you know how it works out. Thanks for tuning in.